So let's begin. So today we're going to be doing mobility, which is usable range of motion. Can I keep my whole body in line as I move through the full range of my joint? Remember, this practice is a work in. I'm not trying to get you a workout where you're like, oh my God, so you're going to be sweating, but just in a different way. Imagine you're driving down a highway, but today you're going to walk. And every time I walk down a street that I drive down, I always find something different. And that's what the purpose of this is. Because I cannot have mobility, a usable range of motion, if I do not start by moving slow. So the shoulders actually are rooted in our ribs, which are also not a cage. They're dynamic protectors. So we're going to be starting by kind of wrapping this strap. You can keep the loop in there around the space kind of nipple line, actually. We're going to go a little higher in the ribs and then we're going to come a little lower. Because when I'm on the wall and when I'm stressed, I need to be able to breathe in all directions, 360. So we're going to take this band and we're going to cross it over. And you're going to give just a light amount of tension. So you're going to squeeze in just a little bit so that when you inhale through the nose, in and out through the nose, I'm going to inhale sideways into the straps. And then I'm going to exhale. Now I want you to do just small breaths here. I'm not pulling it so much that I can't move, but notice how much that it's widening. I want you to inhale, softly pause. We're not trying to inhale max amount, exhale. And so what happens is when I can breathe into these bottom ribs, which this rib is the same as this back rib connected to my spine. When I can breathe into these ribs, I can anchor my shoulder to have more mobility. Again, my shoulders do not stop here. They stop here at my diaphragm. So now we're going to inhale a little bit more for 3 seconds. So inhale for 3, 2, 1, drawing down and out into the strap. And then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 3, 2, 1. A couple more. And I want you to notice if you can feel that inhale, if you want to close your eyes and try to feel that coming into the back ribs. Because when I'm peeled up against that wall, keeping the inhale 3, exhale 3 pattern, when I'm peeled up against that wall, I better be able to breathe into my back. That's going to help me maintain my core tension and stay on that slab, would be a good example. So eyes closed, inhaling for 3, and try to feel this band or the breath expanding into underneath the arms, not just here in the chest. And do you notice if the shoulders are moving up? Maybe I'm asking you to move out, but your body's doing something different. One side is better than the other. One more, inhale. And hold the breath. Inhale a little more. Hold. Now I want you to exhale out the mouth, blow it all out. Release the strap and just in and out through the nose here. So see if now that you have created some awareness there, if even on the soft inhale and exhale, you can still feel those ribs underneath the arms moving. Even in the softest breath, my ribs need to have some mobility, some usable range of motion. So now we're going to bring this just a little bit lower. That same pattern of inhale 3, exhale 3. So again, this is also breath training. So I want you to take this one pattern and we're going to use it throughout the class today. So I don't confuse you too much. Same pattern. I'm going to show you how to explore in many different areas with that same one. So let's again inhale for 3. Now this is a little bit lower below the sternum. This is the bottom of my ribs here. If I inhale, hold, exhale for 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And I want you to count in your mind, keeping your own pace. Doesn't matter if it's exactly 3 seconds. But notice how your body fills that 3 seconds, how the lungs fill that space. Can you feel the band expanding in all directions? You can even take a tape measure and see how many and get a reference point of how many inches you can expand. And then in a moment, we'll also contract and make them smaller. So one more, inhale, hold, inhale a little more, hold, relax your shoulders, and exhale out the mouth. Blow it all out. And release the strap. And just to take a few natural breaths here, I want you to close your eyes. Being able to also observe the natural rhythm of the breath is an important part of diaphragm mobility and usable range of motion. So let's go ahead and come onto the hands and knees. We're just going to do a cat-cow. So we're going to shake out the legs a little bit, spread through the fingers, and we're going to start off small. So we're going to inhale a little baby and exhale round, just a little baby round, not of the full cat yet and cow. Drop the belly, lift the chest, push the ground away. Make sure your shoulders aren't raising up by your ears when you go to the inhale. And then as you start to lengthen the exhale, you get deeper into the movement. Inhale. A little longer, exhale. Applying that same pattern. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. A few more here. Exhale. Inhale. And then come on back onto the heels. So if you need to sit on some blocks, that's totally fine. You can sit on some blocks. We got one more pattern for the ribs. So now we're going to exhale. My shoulder mobility, which is what we're going over today, is rooted in my ribs' ability to contract down as I reach out and up and across and as far as I can to reach that hold. I need to be able to not have my ribs move with me. So we're going to lengthen the exhale to 6 seconds. So we're going to cross it over just below the nipple line, right? Kind of in between the two spaces that we were in. And we're going to inhale for 3, then exhale out the teeth for 6. Inhale, hold, and I want you to pinch the strap. Now exhale and try to create space. You can see here, the more I exhale, the more I contract my ribs. When I inhale, I fill that whole space. When I exhale, around my entire torso, I squeeze my back ribs in. Inhale. Exhale for 6. And then inhale, fill that space. Pause for a moment. Keep that pause, keep going, and explore. You can exhale for a little longer, but it should not feel like you're trying to gasp for air. This should be exploration, not try to tire your nervous system out too much. Just one more breath. Inhale. Pause. Maybe you notice if your shoulders are up by your ears, and then exhale, hissing. Hold it out. Keep those ribs engaged. And now inhale in all directions. When I can inhale through every single one of my ribs, my shoulders are able to move more freely. Natural breath here, eyes closed. Notice that if the breath feels a little softer, a little easier, the ribs feel like they can move in all directions. And slowly open the eyes. So now we're going to move to the hands. So I get a lot of my stuff from martial arts, more so than yoga and strength conditioning. So this idea of tension, when I can squeeze every muscle in my body and I can train my exhale to do that. So I don't have to think about it when I'm on the wall. So we're going to do what's called a Hungar wrist flow, which is part of a martial art movement. But it's about creating and accumulating tension. So we're going to start here with our hands by our side, like the bottom of a push-up. Everything engaged. Then take an inhale, exhale, press out. Fingertips squeezing together. I'm going to shift side to side. I'm going to take my fingers all the way back, circle them around, curl it in, flexing my wrists. Exhale, pull in. I'm pulling my biceps. I'm squeezing everything. Inhale. Thumbs point forward, fingers back. Exhale, push. Inhale. Finger side to side. And swoop it. Pull it in like you're pulling a big sled with lots of weight, your whole body weight. Inhale. Fingertips back, thumb forward. Try to push your thumbs together. You'll feel your whole core engaged. 2 more. Each time, can you squeeze more? Maybe squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. If you engage hard enough, you'll start to sweat. And curl it in. Exhale, pull. Like I'm squeezing so much, I'm tensioning and I'm shaking. Good, and shake it out. Good. Now let's go ahead and grab this strap. So we're not going to use the loop yet, but you're going to reach the strap from both hands. I'm trying to pull this band apart. I'm going to bring it back behind me. And then I'm going to rotate my thumb in. So internal rotation. Open it back up. Bring it back around. You can make this easy and as wide as you want. This is the first couple. Inhale up. Exhale, press the ribs down as you rotate in. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm exhaling. Keep going. Inhale. When my ribs want to move with my shoulders. My exhale grounds my torso, and then my limbs can move freely about the cabin. Now from here, I'm going to take let's say your left hand. I'm going to try to do the opposite of you or mirror you. So we're going to press that right hand to the sky like you're doing an overhead press. And you're going to take that left hand, you're going to rotate it in and bring it back behind you. I'm holding up the ceiling. Palm up and reach it back. Exhale. Inhale. And I'm overhead pressing. I'm holding up the ceiling. Exhale. And other side. Bring it up by the ear. Holding it nice and tight. My tricep is strong. Exhale, rotate. Bring it back behind me. I'm pressing up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And bring it down. Shake it out. Let's come up off the knees. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to come into child's pose. So now we're going to be working the shoulder blades. So there's 3 parts to our shoulder mobility. There's our ribs, our spine, and the shoulder blades and how well they move. So we're going to get into this child's pose position. We can actually tuck in your toes and you're going to come back and it's going to be active. So my triceps and my elbows are going to be engaged off the floor. I'm spreading through my fingers, pressing them into the floor. So my fingers are glued. My hand is glued to the floor. I'm going to push away from me and I'm going to let my shoulders raise to my ears. And then I'm going to pull the mat towards me and bring the shoulders down my back. So you're going to find that the biggest pathway of the shoulder blade that you can find all the way down the back, keeping the tricep engaged and all the way up. So like I said, we're instead of driving down the highway, we're going to be walking. I want you to move slow and find that pathway, keeping the tension in the arms. When I tension my arms and I keep that tension in my triceps, it allows my shoulder blades to move. So now, all the way up by the ears, drop down just a little bit, not all the way down. And then press the chest down. So there's this center point of the shoulder blades. It's not all the way up by the ears. It's not all the way down by my back, but it's right in the center. Hold here. Take an inhale into those bottom ribs. Exhale, ribs away from the quads. Press into the toes, lift up into down dog. Let's pedal out the heels. Trying to keep that angle of the shoulder just like as you had it. And just as you had it when your arms were overhead with that strap. So here, I want you to come back to that pattern, inhaling for 3. Pause, exhale 3. So in this position, as your arms are overhead, I want you to feel the ribs compress away from the armpit and the shoulders. Try to gather that same awareness that you did with the strap and apply it to this overhead movement. Keep going. Count, inhaling for 3. Pause, exhale. You can go 3 to 6 second exhale. One more. Inhale, come forward into plank. And hold plank here. Now push the ground away from you, spread the shoulder blades apart. And I want you to squeeze your quads and squeeze your glutes. And try to imagine bringing your thumbs together. Now push the shoulder blades apart and then try to bring them and pinch them together without dropping your hips. So push apart, pinch them together. One more. Push apart and then bring the knees underneath the hips. Hold here. Again, bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Try to keep the shoulders over the wrist. Try not to let them come back behind you. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And relax. Shake it out. We're going to go back one more time to this strap overhead. Again, we're trying to get this, even when I'm reaching overhead, my ribs are compressing down, my breath is drawing down. We are training our body to work more efficiently on the wall in unconscious positions. So I know what I'm doing, I promise. We're going to be having it here. So one arm, press up to the sky, take this one, bring it straight out to the side, and you're going to rotate back behind you. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to do 3 each side. Exhale. Inhale. That right arm is strong. Pressing up to the sky. And switch to the other side. Exhale. Inhale. If your arm's a little lower, that's fine. If it can't come up a little higher, totally okay. Find your range of motion. One more. Exhale. Where you can still keep the arm straight, tricep engaged. And relax. Shake it out. What time are we at? Perfect. All right. So we're going to go back one more time to that Hungar wrist flow. So here, we're going to do 3 of those. Side to side. Bring the fingertips back. Make a big circle. Curl the wrists in. Pull it in. Inhale, fingertips back, thumb forward. Push away. Feel all the chest, abs engaged. Side to side, swing it around. Circle, pull it in. Biceps are engaged. Bottom of a push-up, press out. In through the nose, circle, out through the mouth. One more. I think that was 3, maybe 4. I'm bad at counting sometimes. Good. And shake it out. Good. Let's go back to that down dog. We're just going to take a minute, kind of an active rest. You can bend through the knees. Don't need to try to straighten the legs. This is not about trying to get more hamstring mobility, but try to find some comfort and find this straight line from the wrist to the shoulder to the hips. Inhaling for 3, exhale for 3 to 6. Feeling all of these rib muscles compress away from this overhead position. You can move the feet around. Maybe you can shift the hips side to side. Start to breathe in and out the nose. Good. And we're going to slowly come forward onto the hands and knees. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be coming into a up dog or cobra, back down, and playing around with being able to circle the shoulder blades around the socket. So before actually we get into that, we'll come off the hands and knees. And I want you to, we'll take the strap for a little bit more attention, but I'm gonna bring your arms forward, triceps engaged, and try to find that full range of motion of the shoulder blades. So I drop it down, pinch it back. Can you make a circle with your shoulder blades without moving the rest of your spine and your hips? Push away, press it down away from you, pinch it back, pinch it up by the base of the spine or base of the skull, press away, drop the shoulders down. You can kind of go in a square or a circle and then try to circle it around. I'm actively squeezing the strap and trying to pull it apart. Good. And shake it out. Okay. So we're going to come onto the hands and knees now, and we're going to start, we'll get into a plank, but we're going to start into a knee plank. And we're going to come slowly, take an inhale, and then exhaling, dropping the hips down, and your elbows will drop back behind you. They're going to slightly bend. Inhale here. Exhale. Come back to child's pose. So inhale, roll forward. And then exhale, maybe bend the knees or bend the elbows and drop the pelvis to the floor. Here, so draw the elbows in. Now we're going to make those circles with the shoulders. Again, 3 in each direction. Can I keep my head forward and move my shoulder blades independently of all the other things? Switch directions. Draw the shoulders down the back. Lift through the chest, press through the fingers and the heels of the hand. And then exhale, come back to child's pose. Head on the mat, arms overhead. My thighs are supporting the outer part of my torso so that I can feel the ribs expand and contract. Gently into my thighs and away from my thighs. I'll let the breath settle here. See if you can feel the breath also in the back ribs. Again, we're trying to, even in stress, be able to breathe into the back ribs. The more space my breath has to move, the more I can maintain my capacity or expand it. Furthermore, we can expand it. So next we got, what do we got? We're going to do that again with a full plank. So this is going to be slower. So you're going to slowly inhale. Keep the arms straight this time. Exhale from the belly button, from the ribs. Pull back into down dog. 2 more of these. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale. Back. Inhale. And hold here. Exhale. And then we're going to go circle around the shoulder blade again. So pinch the shoulder blade together. Keeping the arm straight. Make those big circles. My head's going to be looking forward. Spreading through the fingers, through the full palm. Circling the arms around. Keeping the arms, elbows straight. Switch directions. Notice if one direction's easier than the other. If you're like, what the heck is she doing? I can only do one movement. Okay, this is the current capacity of your shoulder blades. This is what we're exploring in this class. Come back into child's pose. Let the breath settle here. In and out the nose. Again, we're going to take a full minute here to really let the breath settle. Notice that even though your fingers are reaching up overhead, that breath can still draw down towards your sit bones, towards your hips. Still breathing down the spine, even as I reach up. A few more breaths here. Just really want the breath to settle. Settle its pace. Good. So let's go ahead and come on up onto the heels. And then we got one more pattern of breath, but we're going to use the same breathing pattern that we did before with the ribs. We're going to do inhale, exhale 3, and then we're going to go to exhale 6. But we're going to use the space below the belly button. Now, yes, my shoulders, my mobility starts here, but it also is rooted in my ability to compress my abs. That's my strength. That's my power. So we're going to be taking the space below the belly button. You can even have your hand back behind you because you can also breathe into the lower back. I can breathe in all directions. If it's not something you've explored before, then there's so much to explore, to learn. So we're going to inhale through the nose, draw the breath down towards the sit bones, and then exhale for 3. And I'm trying to contract my abs away from my hand. Inhale into the hand, exhale. Gentle contraction. You should also be able to feel the pee and the poo muscles. It's not ever a good way to say these things, but they contract up. That's the base of your strength as well. Inhale. So it's like a can with a bottom. Well, look at there. I got a can. Pelvic floor. So is that your support for your organs, for your core? Now we're going to exhale out the mouth for 6. Hold. Inhale and release the abs into the hand. You can see me. And this hand gives you a reference point. When you exhale, if you feel your abs press out, we're going to try to shift that pattern. Exhale, contract in. Inhale through the nose. Breath draws down. Exhale. So these core muscles are really, truly only activated, their strength, with my exhale. So we're creating a mechanism that we can use on the wall. When I exhale, when I to scream, it's actually pumping tension and power and strength into that action. And when I can create more compression, give me one more on your own. The more contraction I can create here, the less I'm putting stress on my fingers. The more tension I have throughout my body, every single muscle, the less tension I put on my fingers. So let's go ahead and inhale and exhale, just relax. All right. So we're going to grab your ball. And we're going to now, we've done this shoulder rotation, but we're going to do actual internal, external rotation. So if you, again, can sit on some blocks, I'd like you can even sit on a chair or something a little higher. So you can explore this with a straight spine. So grab the block. We're going to go internal, external rotation. We're going to squeeze out all that tension and inside the shoulder joint. So I'm going to come here. My elbow is going to be in line with my armpit. See that? Squeeze. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. This other hand is just going to be down by your side or here. By your side or on your thigh. And then you're going to rotate down. Keep that tension in your bicep. And notice that as you move through this movement, the bicep may turn on and off. You may feel it go contract and relax. Can you keep it contracted through the whole movement? And notice how I'm not moving my shoulder. My shoulder's down. This is just coming from the joint in the socket. And I can use my exhale to release tension. Move slow. You're going to move fast. We don't catch all of the little blind spots if we move too fast. Fast comes later. Power comes after stability and strength. Science. Keep going. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the fingertips into that ball. Hold. Internal rotation, hold. Exhale, contract all those ribs, all the core. Now bring it back behind you. Like someone's pressing into you and you have to push back. Hold for 5, 4, 3. I'm shaking 2 and 1. Shake it out. Oof. Let's get up onto the knees and let's just shake it out for a second. And if you want to do this on your knees like this, totally fine. If this is uncomfortable for you. Just crossing your legs shifts your hips a little bit differently. So I'd prefer for you not to do that. So back to here. Again, squeeze that whole arm, and this is why we use the ball or something, even a towel. It creates and irradiates tension through my whole arm. And that's strength. I can squeeze every muscle in my arm and still move the ball in the socket. I can still move the joint around and keep that tension. Then notice like this side doesn't have as much rotation. And you're going to notice that one side, again, is better than the other. This is how you actually improve your mobility, by noticing. And you're in that side that has less mobility is probably the side that has more injury. See, we're exploring, and the only way to improve mobility is, again, to move slow and really pay attention. Or you can just hope that somebody in a class is going to go over the thing that you need most. Keep going. I create and cycle the tension with my exhale. Good. One more time. Head forward, reach back, hold. 5, 4, squeeze your bicep. 3, 2, 1, bring it all the way down, hold, squeeze that bicep. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Shake it out. So we're going to do a little dynamic movement now. So this is going to be a little bridge. So beast, hands and knees. You're going to take your right leg underneath to match your left. And then you're going to take this hand and reach it up and back behind you. And then come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Back into beast. Inhale. Left foot underneath. Exhale. Hips up. I'll show you from different directions. Inhale. Back to the beast. The leg comes underneath you. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze your glutes. I'm pressing through my feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here. Take your right hand or take the hand up over your head and reach it back behind you, and then try to bring it to your lower back. And then reach it, sweep it up your side. You can bring it up over your head again, and then you can come back into the beast, or hands and knees. Bring that opposite leg underneath. Reach up, exhale. Take that top arm, straighten it nice and tight, and reach it back behind you. Big rotation. Rotate the thumb in and bring that hand to your lower back, that forearm. Inhale and exhale. Bring that right leg underneath again. And come on down. Let's come to child's pose. In and out through the nose. Still, the breath moves down the spine. And in this position, can you now feel your back ribs engage a little bit more? What do you notice that is different about your breath and how it feels? Good. All right. Come on up. We're going to do one more of those breaths. We're going to add some speed. Well, just a little bit of speed, just to the breath, not the movement. So this is going to help us when we get into this next pose, which is more climbing specific. Except we're going to use the wall or the floor instead of the wall. I've seen those little Patagonia where they like walk across the floor in their like all their gear. It's really funny. So now instead of exhaling for 6, you're going to inhale. Exhale quickly out the mouth. See how my abs pressed up and in. Inhale. My abs relax. Exhale. Notice my spine doesn't move when I do that. Inhale. Exhale. I can produce force here. That means I can produce force through my hands and my feet. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. excuse me. See, if you're compressing right, you will burp. Okay, so remember that pattern, remember that exhale, because we're going to apply that in this next move we got here. So we're going to go face down on the ground. You're going to extend your toes and feet onto the floor. And your arms are going to be extended overhead. Now I want you to inhale into your ribs, into your belly, into the floor, and exhale out the teeth for 6. Pull your ribs and your abs away from the floor. Squeeze your glutes. So now I can hold that. My glutes are engaged. The top of my feet are into the floor. My hands are pressed into the floor. Now I'm going to take my left hand, my forehead's on the floor, and I'm going to try to lift it and hover it. And bring it back down. Good. Lift the right arm. Hover. Do not let the belly button press to the floor. And do not let the head lift. And bring it down. Exhale, lift the left side. Squeeze your tricep. Don't let your arm bend. Even if it's a little further away from the ear, that's fine. Just keep it straight. Bring it down. And lift the right. I exhale. Pull those ribs away. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your inner thighs together. There's tension through your whole body. And down. Now we're going to take that left hand, lift it, sweep it down my side. My thumb comes in, so my palm is facing up. And then I'm going to bring it to my lower back. Lift the back of the hand away from my back, hover it. Squeeze your glutes, exhale. Inhale, extend the arm. And sweep it up by your side. Back to starting position. Inhale, lift that right arm up. Exhale, sweep it down your side. Bring it to the lower back. My whole body, try to press your top of your feet to the floor. Exhale, pull. Now that quick exhale, pull the belly away from the floor. And lift that hand hovered above the lower back. Extend and then sweep it up. Good. One more time. Each side. Left arm up. Hover. Sweep it down. Get it as high up as you can. Bring it to the lower back. Hover. Extend back. Hold in that extension and lift it up as high as you can. Hold and extend. Press that right hand into the floor. Good. Sweep it up. Right arm lift. And sweep it down the side. Bring it to the lower back. Hover it above the lower back and extend it and hold. Now press your left arm into the floor. Squeeze your left tricep. Lift it up off the floor. Hold and sweep it up as high as you can without lifting the chest. Good. And relax. Shake it out. Now we're going to come into a bottom of a push-up. You're going to head face down. You're going to tuck in your toes. You're going to exhale, pull the ribs and the abs and the knees. We're going to up off the floor, press into the floor. If you can come up to a push-up, do that. If you want to come up on your knees, do that too. So we'll be doing that. We'll be coming back to that again, but we're going to be doing some push-ups with the breath. So I want these to be easy. Okay. I don't want these to be the hardest. If you can't do 10 regular push-ups, do them on your knees. If you can do 10 regular push-ups, solid chest to the floor, awesome. Do that to the floor. This is more about connecting it with the breath. We're going to go 4 seconds down, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Okay. A great way to train the breath with a movement, increase that to 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out, so on and so forth. We're just going to go 4 today. So setting up the hands right underneath the shoulders. Exhale. Train my exhale now to tension up my core. So take an exhale. Inhale for 4, 3, lower the chest, 2, 1, pause. Exhale. Take an inhale. And exhale, press up. So you can keep the blocks this high, you can keep them a little higher. It just gives you a reference point. So you have a place to go. When we hold to the bottom, take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Here, I'm pressing into my hands. Shoulders are drawing down the back. If I put this force into the ground and I feel all of this collapse, that's what we're resetting here. Press into the ground, draw the shoulders down the back, squeeze the glutes, pull your ribs away, press into the floor. When I have all of that tension with me, everything becomes so much easier. And again, exhale, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, inhale, and exhale up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And shake it out. All right, we're going to move this to the side, and we're going to come back into that face down position. But imagine I'm on the wall and I want to high step. I'm reaching, one hand's here, and I'm trying to get my foot up here. So this is kind of going to replicate that in some way. So we're going to take that left hand, bring it down by your side. Take that right arm or that right hand extended overhead. You're going to pull your left heel in, pull it in nice and strong, lift it up and bring it out to the side. Like you're trying to high step it. See how high it is? And this hand is curling everything in to my side. So here, I want you to exhale, press into your right hand, and inhale, lift, and hold for 5, 4. Press into your left hand, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lift it again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Now press into the left hand, lift that left leg up, and bring it back to center. Bring that right hand in and switch sides. Extend the left arm overhead. And exhale, press into your right leg. Your right hand. Pull your right heel in. I'm going to feel that hamstring engage. I'm pulling it nice and tight. I almost cramped. Okay, and loosen the up and out to the side. High step it. Inner thighs to the floor. I'm reaching through that left leg, pressing into my right inner thigh into the floor. That left arm, head to the floor, and lift the left arm for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, press that right hand to the floor, lift that right leg up, bring it back to center. Hands to the bottom, press up to the top of the push-up, and we're going to go push-ups. So again, 4 seconds. Make it easy. Like I have a bench. You could go from the bench. You can go from your couch. You can go from your counter. Okay? But if you feel like you're holding your breath during it, it's too hard. So take an inhale. Exhale. Tension the body. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Set yourself. You want to set here like this. My exhale pulls my lower belly in. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Inhale. And let's exhale down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale. Exhale down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Set your tension. Inhale up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come on back to child's pose for a moment. We got one more round of that face down. Keep down in child's pose. Let the breath settle here. Let it settle. Again, coming back to these positions and noticing how the feeling and the sensation of the breath has changed. The conversation and training the breath is different. You can't see it, but you can only feel it. So if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. Good. So let's slowly come onto the hands and face down, just like we were. But instead of just lifting, you're going to bring that arm to your lower back. Again, keeping that tension. What we created in the beginning with the ribs and the abs, that tension is important as I reach my arm up overhead. So we have this time under tension to be able to notice how our body is accumulating itself under this force. So, or this resistance. So let's bring our left hand here, bottom of a push-up. So notice how my elbow is in line with my wrist, all that fun stuff. Right arm up overhead, forehead on the floor. Exhale, pull your ribs and your belly away from the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, pull that heel in, the left heel in. Lift that knee up off the floor. Bring it out to your side. Press that left knee into the floor. Press that left hand into the floor. Inhale, lift that right arm up. And exhale, sweep it down your side. Bring it to the lower back. I'm still reaching through my leg, my right leg. My lower body's still engaged. Lift it up off the lower back and sweep it back up. Stay here. Press down. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2. Sweep it down your side. Bring it to your lower back. My exhales help me create more tension. And lift off the lower back and bring it up. One more. And lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press that knee into the floor. Press the legs into the floor. Sweep it down the side. Hover and sweep it up. And then just kind of lean over. Tilt it over. Is in line with my bottom shoulder. And see if you can feel the ribs. We're going to start to pull it down with the other side. See if you can feel the ribs expanding into the floor. Those ribs we worked in the beginning underneath the armpit, can you feel them expand into the floor and even into the back? Put your hand underneath you. And use your fingers to feel the spaces between the ribs. And so attention, not just the tension, that really helps usable intention, good posture, and trains the That's what we want now. Emotional states, right? Let's come down. That's a whole other thing now. So let's go ahead and extend the left arm up, right hand down bottom of a push-up. Start setting the body, set the head down. Let's pull that right heel in, squeeze it in like somebody's resisting you. And pull that heel in, lift it up, squeeze the glute, bring it out to the side, inner thigh to the floor. I'm pressing my inner thigh to the floor, squeezing both glutes. I'm pressing my left leg into the floor. So that's my grounding point for my arm to move freely. Exhale, ribs ground my shoulders further. Inhale, lift that left arm up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and sweep it down your side. Bring it to the lower back. Hover it and sweep it back up. And press it down into the floor. Keep that arm nice and strong. Hover, inhale, hold for 5, 4. Cycle your breath and sweep it down your side. Still pressing into that right arm, pressing into the legs, and sweep it up. We got one more here. Press down, lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and sweep it down. Bring it to the lower back. Hover and sweep it up. And then roll over. I'll turn around so you can see me. Roll over to that left side. And even take that hand underneath you. And just kind of use the hands. My fingertips are in the back ribs. I'm kind of feeling around. Feeling the breath expand not only to the heel of my hand, but into the fingertips, into the floor. down towards my hips. Letting it all settle. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and come on up. I'm just going to do a little rotational stretch. And then we got a couple breath exercises on the ground, and then we'll relax. So hands and knees, we're just going to thread the needle. Take that left arm underneath. And so when we get into rotation, we can put, actually, before I explain, we can take the right hand either here, so the elbow is up to the sky, or you can straighten that top arm up overhead. Whatever you prefer. But I want you to inhale for at least 3 seconds and feeling again this space, this diaphragm space, this rib space expanding in all directions into that twist. If I can access my breath, at least inhale 3 and exhale 3 in a position, that means I'm beginning to own that position. If I cannot inhale 3, exhale 3, I still have some work and some exploration to do. And I use an inhale 3, exhale 3 pattern so that over time, you can notice how your body fills that time and space differently. So we take the same tempo, but how we fill that space changes. Bend that right arm in if it was straight. Press that hand into the floor and come back into the heels for a moment. Shake it out. Turn around. Let's get to the other side. Right arm underneath. Again, the top arm can be pressed to the floor, or you can extend it overhead. My arms are nice and engaged into the floor. My focus is really on breathing into my ribs and into this rotation. You can gently bring those hips over to your right. Try not to let them shift to the left too much. You can even lightly press into your toes to ground them a little bit. Can you feel underneath the ribs, underneath both armpits, expanding and contracting with your inhale and exhale? Still breathing down towards the hips. No matter what position my body is in, I'm still breathing down towards my sit bones. And bend that top arm. Press up. Unravel. Maybe a little circle of the head and the hips in one direction. Inhale. Exhale and switch. And then let's come onto the back. And so this last little breath exercise, I get from a principle of Sistema, which is this Russian martial art. This book I read recently, it was really wonderful. But it's about coordinating your tension. So as I lie on my back, we're going to use this lengthened exhale that we carved out today. And you're going to be inhaling. And then when you exhale, you're going to be exhaling and tensioning from your abs to the hands, all the way up to the body, all the way up the body to the head. And then inhale, relax all the way. Exhale, begin. Squeeze your glutes, press your hands into the floor, hold. Inhale, relax the head and the arms and the torso, the glutes, all the way down. Exhale from the bottom. Hold. Inhale. Relax down. Pause. Exhale. Out the teeth. Inhale through the nose. So each time we're going to do a couple more. Each time you do it, you're going to learn how to coordinate that exhale a little bit better, a little bit more of a wave, and really progress that tension up and down the body. Very nice, easy, and relaxed way. When I can train my exhale to engage my whole body, I bring this with me into the wall when I'm climbing things. I'm climbing things in life. We're all climbing things right now. Now take an inhale, everybody. Inhale, hold, inhale a little more, just a little bit, and hold the breath. Relax the face and shoulders. Hold, just relax the whole body. And exhale, slowly release. Just allow the arms to relax down by your side, palms up. And in and out the nose. We're going to begin where we started, the natural rhythm of the breath. Now, the healthiest natural rhythm is about 10 breaths per minute, give or take. That breath pattern of inhale 3, hold, exhale 3, hold is about 7 or 8, 7 to 10 breaths per minute. That's why I integrated that pattern in multiple ways today. You can explore the body and use that pattern to gain awareness. So take a moment to acknowledge how far the breath has come today, how it may feel different than it did in the beginning of class. The more questions we ask, the more usable range of motion or mobility we create. Take an inhale. Exhale, just melts into the floor. In and out the nose here. Let's take an inhale down the whole spine, nice and easy. And exhale. Inhale through the nose. Long sigh out the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can bring the knees into the chest. Massage that lower back side to side. Excuse me. And then roll over to one side and just slowly come up to a seated position. And just take a moment just to thank yourself for showing up today, for paying attention, for allowing your breath to lead some of these movements. And thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. listening and staying and playing along. Again, all of these videos will be posted on my YouTube page so that you have access to them. Mobility is a practice. You must practice. It is not showing up to a class hoping that you'll gain that mobility. There's a specific way that you can do this. And that's what this class is for. It's to teach you how to fine tune these actions, how to slow it down, become aware. And then you go into those classes and you feel so much different. And that's what yoga is, exploring forever. So, again, thank you. I put my Venmo up already on the comments. And I also wanted to say some, if you are interested in some books, this new book I recently just got is called Breathing for Warriors. I've read lots of books on breath. This is the most recent. It's really awesome. It gives a lot of reference to a lot of the things that we already do and how to incorporate the breath and why it's important for athletes. And then Let Every Breath is the secret to Russian breath masters from the uh, martial arts system. So there's a lot of different principles that I teach. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can find me at Primal Coding on Instagram or YouTube, and I will see you next Thursday. Thank you again.